I work for a company called BlackRock. They don't want people to talk about them. It's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it. They buy politicians.
So hello, my fellow unwokers. We got a wonderful thing to discuss today, and I really would like to hear your opinions in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this stuff. But I don't know if you know who BlackRock is, but they're largely involved in real estate. If you ever wonder why you keep getting calls now about, hey, we want to make you a cash offer on your house, all this kind of stuff, these are one of the groups behind it. They're worth trillions of dollars, and they're buying up America and gaining more and more and more power. And if you watch the whole thing, not this video, but I'll link all the other stuff in the description. Watch the entire interview with these CEOs, and you'll be amazed. It was back in 2017 that all this was being said, and if you notice, back in 2017. All this wokeness hadn't started yet. All the LGBT and all that stuff, it all started happening shortly after that. Maybe a year or two. When they started actually buying politicians that they know they need. And they now have this guy, Serge, who spilled the beans. He got caught because he got lippy because he met a really nice, probably a good-looking girl. And he's one of those full of himself young punks. But when you hear what these people have to say, I think you'll be amazed. So, let's get into it.
As the board of American Express thought about more radical things we could do to enhance diversity and inclusion.
You have to force behaviors. And if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities. And we're going to have to force change.
How about that? We're going to have to force change. And you know what? They've been doing it. If you wonder why these companies are going woke, these guys, do some research on it and you'll see what I mean. People like Target, people like Anheuser-Bush, these guys have a large stakehold in those companies. This is why you keep hearing people say, "Oh, well, why would this company do that? Why would they go woke after seeing what happened to Budweiser and Target? Why is Nike doing it? Why is this company and that company?" They're all doing it because they're being forced. They're being forced to do this stuff by these people. That's what's happening. So let's listen to our little guy now.
Like, you're kind of like a fucking gatekeeper at BlackRock.
Yeah, I am. I decide people's fate. Every fucking day, I literally decide how somebody's life is going to be shaped.
That's so powerful. I love it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not so much that you do that you shape people's lives. It's where in the F do you get the right to do that to people? I can't stand this little punk.
So it's just like you hear I don't know, the whole thing of like domination from a concept is it's so interesting.
Domination. The domination thing, he has control of people's lives because of the money they're giving him at this company to use. Wait until you hear the rest of this stuff. This guy will make you sick. And I'm glad he got caught on the mic, to be honest with you. I'm glad he got caught.
They don't want to be in the news. They don't want people to talk about them. They don't want to be anywhere on the radar.
Why not?
I don't know, but I suspect it's probably because it's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it.
How about that? It's easier to do things when people aren't thinking about it. So they keep these people stay out of the limelight. They stay off, out of the news. That they're very, very sneaky people. They're doing things that you wouldn't believe. Let's keep watching.
All of these financial institutions, they buy politicians. You can take this big ton of money, and then you can start to buy people. Let me tell you, it's not through who's the president. It's who's controlling the wallet. So it's
And who's that?
the hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks. These guys want campaign financing. Yep, you can buy your candidates. Obviously, we have the system in place. First, there's the senators, and these guys are rich. You got 10 grand, you can buy a senator. I can give you 500K right now. No questions asked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. It's done.
Does like everybody do that? Does BlackRock do that?
Everybody does. And it doesn't matter who wins.
You're so right.
They're in my pocket with this money.
This guy not make you want to beat the shit out of him? So they buy, senators are cheap, $10,000 you can buy a senator. You wonder where rhinos come from? That's where they come from. They're in it for themselves. They're in it for the money. Don't ever vote for one of these people. And when you do your midterm votes, man, you really got to do research on these people. Not just pick the one that sounds good and looks good and has a nice smile, regardless of whether it's a he or a girl or a she. If you can even use those words anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. This guy is. This is first coming out. It just came out yesterday, I believe, or the day before. I only just now had a chance to do a video on it. But yeah, they can buy the politicians. That's what's going on in this country. And I think that's a lot of the reason you're hearing all these guys. Oh, well, we can't believe that the senators or the Democrats did this, the Democrats did that, and the other side, the Republicans this, the Republicans that. Everybody points the finger at each other when really nobody's doing a damn thing. And if you think BlackRock didn't have anything to do with Hunter Biden getting a little slap on the wrist after being charged with a felony and 2 misdemeanors. All he caught was the 2 misdemeanors. The felony was dismissed. That's not the way it works. How it works in the justice system is that if you agree to the bigger penalty, then they drop the lesser of the two. If you get pulled over for drunk driving and you were going 75 miles an hour in a 55, you get a ticket for the speeding. You probably get a ticket for reckless driving. You definitely get a ticket for your DUI. So when you go to court, what do they dismiss? They don't dismiss the DUI and leave you with a speeding ticket. No, they'll give you the DUI, and if you admit to it and don't give them a problem about it, don't fight it, they'll dismiss the lesser of the 2 charges. That's the way it works, not the other way around. BlackRock is involved in this whole thing with Hunter Biden, and you can damn sure know that they're neck deep in this thing against Trump, too. Trump doesn't need their money. They couldn't buy him. That's why they hate him. So, the next president we need is Trump, because any other president that gets in there could also be bought. This swamp needs to be drained in a huge way. All right, let's continue.
Do you have any thoughts on the Ukraine-Russia war?
Yeah, I mean, I do have thoughts.
What are they?
Ukraine is good for business. You know that, right? I'll give an example. Russia blows up Ukraine's grain silos. Price of wheat's gonna go mad up. Ukrainian economy is tied very largely to the wheat market, global wheat market. Prices of bread, literally everything it goes up and down. This is fantastic if you're trading. Volatility creates opportunity to make profit. War is real fucking good for business. It's exciting when shit goes wrong.
It's exciting when shit goes wrong. This little bastard doesn't even, and the company's the same way. And they just said it, making the money is good. What did Trump say? I want people to stop dying. Did you see that interview just recently? I'll tag it on to the end of this. She was saying, the interviewer was saying, asking him something, and he goes, I want people to stop dying. That's what he wants. He's the anti-war person. The Democrats keep saying the Republicans are the warmongers. Yeah. We weren't in a war the whole 4 years Trump was in. Now all of a sudden, as soon as Biden gets in, boom. Anyway, let's continue.
Why would a news channel promote a side in war?
Because it's also good for business. I mean, what's news? News, right? What does news feed on? They feed on strategy. They feed on top events. That's what people like to watch. So when it happens, it's good business. More viewers. When nothing's happening, watch news. I don't watch news.
They're all pushing like the same talking point. Like you generally, when you look at news, like
it's propaganda.
This is nice. This part here. They tried to get it, a comment, but no. So, yeah, this is what we're dealing with, folks. Companies like this buying and buying and buying your houses, buying up companies, getting a major part of what they do is they don't buy the company. What they do is they buy a large share of the stock so that they can have somebody on the board of directors. That's what they're doing. They're getting deep into these companies so they can dictate what the companies do. That's all it's about. If we don't get Trump back to stop this bull, we are done. This country will go away. And if you notice, they're also doing all this woke stuff because they're trying to divide people even further. Now we have, where do you think Antifa came from? Anti-fascists. When they are actually the ones that are fascists. Fascists try and get you to stop, putting your point of view out. You can't have your own opinion. That's what a fascist is. And the BLM thing, give me a break. That's been proven already. These people, they built $90-something million out of the black communities. How much did they put back in? None. And yet they're buying $6 million mansions and things like that. And now they're apparently bankrupt. Which, okay, where'd all the money go? It didn't go back to the black communities because they're in just as bad shape as anyone. And it also wouldn't surprise me if BlackRock and other companies like that are putting money into getting guns into places like Chicago. I'd be willing to bet on it. So, there's a lot involved in this. There really is. And, and now they've got, how much money do you think this company gave those nuns of perpetual indulgence or whatever they are, this devil worshippers? They're doing this to make blacks not like white people again, where they want it right back where it was in the 60s and 50s and 60s. They want gay people to hate, Christian people. And that's why they're throwing the devil people in there. This whole thing is planned. This is not, where did all these people come from? How come all of a sudden there's millions and billions of gays and all this stuff? So a lot of these people are being paid. This is a whole big scheme that's going on, and they're doing it to take over more and more and more. Eventually, this country is going to go away. There will be no freedom of speech. There will be no Second Amendment. If anybody votes for Gavin Newsom, forget it. You might as well just go throw your guns in the garbage. Because this guy's after them heavy. More than Buttigieg was. So I could talk like this all day. So let's wrap up. I'll throw that Trump, I won't tack it on the end of the video to make it longer, but I'll leave the link in the description. But I highly suggest you go look at the BlackRock interview, which I'll throw in there. Like I said, that's from 2017, but a lot's happened since 2017. And I'll also link in the video or the interview that Trump was in, where he's saying, I want people to stop dying. And this reporter was trying to make him say things he didn't want to say, and he didn't fall for it. In any case, I'm new to this. I'm new to the channel. I'm new. It's a new channel. So please, if you like what you're hearing, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Definitely comment. I want to hear what you think about all this. And without a doubt, please subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. I got to beat the algorithm to get my videos out there more. So, anyways, God bless and take care.